Hello, Steelers Nation. It's Lucas here. Just when we thought we had this figured out, just when we thought the hierarchy was set between Mike McCarthy, Brian Flores, and Chris Shula, the Steelers' search has taken a massive, unexpected turn. For the last 48 hours, we have been talking about safe bets and defensive masterminds. We even spent time mourning the fact that Curt Signety, the hometown hero from Indiana, ruled himself out by saying he's not an NFL guy. But what if the Steelers aren't looking for safe? What if Art Rooney II and Omar Khan are looking to completely detonate the current culture and replace it with something raw, physical, and aggressive? A new report has surfaced from a major NFL insider linking the Steelers to a name that isn't currently in the NFL. He just coached in the national championship game. He comes from the Nick Saban coaching tree, and he represents a style of football that Pittsburgh hasn't seen in years. We are talking about Mario Cristobal. Is this a stroke of genius, or are we walking into a disaster? Let's break down the most shocking rumor of the 2026 cycle. Hit that like button if you want the Steelers to be feared again, and help us hit our goal of 10 new subscribers today by clicking subscribe right now. Let's investigate. First, we have to look at where this smoke is coming from. In the NFL draft and hiring cycle, you hear a lot of noise, but this isn't coming from a random Twitter account. This is coming from Brian Baldinger of the NFL Network, Baldy himself. Baldinger is one of the most respected analysts in the game. He studies the film. He knows the offensive line play. He knows what Steelers football is supposed to look like. On his podcast, The Best Football Show, Baldinger dropped a bomb. He stated, "I'm not out here trying to play reporter, but I hear the Steelers are very interested in Mario Cristobal." He didn't say curious. He didn't say doing due diligence. He said very interested. Why? Baldinger gave a specific reason that should make every Steelers fan sit up and listen. He said that watching Cristobal run practices reminded him of what old-school coaches used to do. Baldinger believes Cristobal's style translates perfectly to the NFL because it is built on physicality, discipline, and dominating the line of scrimmage. After 19 years of Mike Tomlin, who was often criticized for being too much of a player's coach, it seems the Rooney family might be looking for a drill sergeant. They want someone who demands perfection and brutality at the point of attack.
So who is Mario Cristobal really? Most of you know him as the head coach of the Miami Hurricanes. He just led them to the college football playoff national championship game, where, ironically, he lost a heartbreaker 27-21 to Curt Signety in Indiana. He has a 97-79 record across stints at FIU, Oregon, and Miami. He knows how to build programs. But the most important line on his resume isn't Miami, it's Alabama. From 2013 to 2016, Cristobal was the assistant head coach and offensive line coach under Nick Saban. We all know what the Saban school produces. It produces coaches who are obsessed with details. It produces coaches who prioritize the run game and physical dominance. Cristobal is a former offensive tackle himself. He played on 2 national championship teams at Miami in the late 80s and early 90s. He understands the grit required to win. The Steelers have always prided themselves on being the bullies of the AFC North. Recently, we've been the ones getting bullied. The logic here is clear. You hire Cristobal to bring that Saban-style accountability and toughness to a locker room that, quite frankly, got a little too comfortable over the last few years. However, we have to be honest about the risks. The track record of college coaches jumping to the NFL is terrifying. For every Jim Harbaugh who successfully translated his physical style from Stanford to the 49ers and now the Chargers, there is an Urban Meyer, there is a Matt Rule, there is a Chip Kelly. The biggest knock on Cristobal in college is his game management. He has been criticized for poor clock management and questionable decisions in tight games. Does that sound familiar? Because that was the #1 complaint about Mike Tomlin for the last decade. Do we really want to replace a coach who struggles with challenges and clock management with another coach who struggles with the exact same things but has 0 NFL head coaching experience? Furthermore, Cristobal is an elite recruiter. That is his superpower in college. He gets the best high school kids to sign with him. In the NFL, you don't recruit teenagers. You manage grown men with mortgages and millions of dollars. You have a salary cap. You have a draft. If you take away his recruiting advantage, is he a good enough X's and O's tactician to outcoach John Harbaugh or Zach Taylor in the AFC North?
So, let's reset the board. We have Mike McCarthy scheduled for an interview, the safe, experienced choice who brings an offensive floor. We have Chris Shula and the potential package deal with Nate Scheelhaas, the exciting, modern choice. And now we have the wild card, Mario Cristobal. Hiring Cristobal would be Art Rooney II admitting that the entire culture needs to be burned down and rebuilt from the ground up. It would be a move away from the player-friendly atmosphere and toward a militaristic, old-school grind. With Aaron Rodgers sobbing at Tomlin's exit and likely leaving, a total cultural reset might be exactly what is needed. But it requires guts. This is the most fascinating name to enter the chat yet. I need to know where you stand on this. Do you want the old-school discipline of Mario Cristobal, even with the risks? Or do you prefer the NFL experience of Mike McCarthy or the potential of Chris Shula? Let me know in the comments. Type college if you want Cristobal, or NFL if you want to stick to the pros. Please help us build this community. Hit that subscribe button so we can hit our goal of 10 new members today. I'm Lucas, and as always, here we go.